seem to have a region about them. Uh, you heard some gunshots and fire coming from up in the prison area, and it seems like there's stuff going on up there, and it's got very tall walls, lots of tall guard towers, and you could tell because I mean it's a seaplane, you're coming in kind of low. You could tell that were lots of men with rifles in those guard towers, and they were paying very close attention to what was going on below. There's also that aforementioned train yard. Where's the? I think the rail yard's over here. Um, with a lot of stuff going on over there as well. Let's see. And then a rather large island out in the middle of Lake Victoria, some distance away. And then you pulled in and you docked, and your guide paid off the port authority. And that is where we start our scene. And before we do that, it's a little bit after 9, and I would very much like to make a bathroom break.
Yep, so we will go ahead and take ourselves a quick 10-minute break to do so. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back before too long. Don't go far.
Woo.
And we're back from our little break. Looks like the cameras need to be adjusted some more for some reason. There we go. So we've landed in Port Belpier, deciding where we need to go next.
So, Mark, the shipyards that we know about, do we know the location of the shipyards, or we're going to have to go figure that one out? Is it a super secret?
Well, you know the general area is out this way. You see a lot of industry and a lot of things going on that could cover perhaps something as large as constructing the manned jet, but you're not sure exactly where that is. You might have to do a little
Digging, investigating.
a little investigative streetwising to figure that one out.
Gotcha. Well, if we head in,
I'm sort of interested as to why there's a hard point around this area. Like, what's that all about?
I'm betting it's one of the breweries we have.
Oh, well, we should go to every brewery then.
Well, like the Uganda Breweries Limited. I mean,
Look at that. It's on our way to everything.
it's
else.
on our way to everything. We might as well go there.
On our way to everything.
It's a plan.
I mean,
I think we know what Jim's doing in Vegas.
Let's go drink some beer.
Well, and certainly too is like with the chemical plant, either it's a front or they may be shipping chemicals off to wherever they're doing construction, because there's some weird science stuff going on there. So that might be a good place to find where it is. And of course, the brewery is on the way.
Of course, the
Along
brewery
with
is on the way.
The Nile Breweries Depot.
The logic like that, how can you fail?
It's the Port Bell bar crawl.
So long, Rocket Ranger. You should not part the dwarf there, lad.
Well, you know.
Dwarf's already low enough. He doesn't have to crawl. He's just walking.
We call that a Tuesday.
All right, so what's the plan?
Wait, were you saying you wanted to go to the Uganda Breweries Limited or the Nile Breweries Depot?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's on the way.
It's on the way. We've already established it's on the way.
The other thing to do is we could head over to Miami Beach over here and start singing some songs. Going to Miami.
I hear the theme song to Miami Vice coming up right now.
But yeah, but it is
Pot it up, Dan.
It is
Copyright.
it is possible though that they're. I mean, since we don't know where the hard point is, if we want to also investigate the hard point, going over here, and then going pop, 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 kind of like that around.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, that beach gets a lot of sand in all these guns, though. That's one of the,
So to the brewery where we can.
In your guns. Try get it in your armor.
Hang on just a second. Let me find. I will show you where this is. Oh, holy cow. All right. Hang on just a second. Let's see.
And thinking about it too is since they're using a lot of manual labor, it is possible that they're using prison labor. So if we head also to the prison, try to talk to somebody there, then we can find a location of where things are. Because that ripe underbelly of criminality should know where it is. That's a more dangerous route, I think.
Why is it not doing? Huh. Nope, don't do that. There we go. Well, is the map moving around a whole bunch right now?
Not for
Nope.
me.
That's me. All right. All right. So what I hear a lot of talk about stuff. Where are we going?
I think we're gonna stop off at the Uganda Breweries Limited and get in there, have a few drinks, smooze around, talk to some people, see what's going on, and see if anything interesting comes up there, and continue our pub crawl to the other brewery depot as we kind of gather some information of what's going on in the area.
Okay. What kind of? Are we just going casual to have just a casual beer and ask around? Are we going out like we're having a good time partying? Are we buying for others? Are we just buying for ourselves?
Well, we got a dwarf with us, so there's never just one drink. And
It's always one drink. It's just the size of your drink that matters.
and I'll buy some people who look like they're willing to talk and schmooze. I'll buy some rounds. for some
So,
people.
how much are we willing to spend on this effort?
And Crag, by the way, could be here taste testing to see what needs to be shipped back to his people.
Not a drop, Crag. Not a drop.
No.
What's
Workmanship
the,
on this stuff is not quite up to dwarven standards.
No.
And you
What's
can't even
the
get a proper buzz off
average?
of it.
like what's the average price of a drink around this place?
Call it $1. I mean, it's 1940s, so
Sure.
call it $1.
I did look it up. The Uganda Breweries Limited is known for a triple distilled gin. So
Crag's
I mean-
regretting this trip.
If there's enough people in there, I'm willing to spend, $75 in a brewery for drinks.
And your trip.
Okay.
And your trip in a few weeks is a business trip. Mm-hmm.
Business trip. All right.
Yeah, I want to blow $75 at a brewery for business.
Yeah. I can text this off. I can write this off as a character research.
All right. So let's get a streetwise roll. And we're going to get streetwise rolls from everybody. Because we're going to a brewery and we're drinking. And everybody's got a chance to make this better. Everybody's got a chance to make this worse, too. So who's our primary, though?
Probably.
Sounds like
It would've been Luke.
Erp is, because Erp's spending the money. So everybody else is supporting Erp. Let's see how you do. Crag is disgusted with their what they call beer and it is not helpful at all. Yared is a little preoccupied and
Wyvern
almost
Peach.
helps. Ivan understands how this game works because vodka, and so Ivan is helpful.
So it looks like +1.
Looks like.
I call this beer. It tastes more like wyvern piss.
Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. That's a good way to put it. Crag's wondering if you're talking about the beer or the roll.
Mm-hmm.
And
I assume
unfortunately, my streetwise is only favored when purchasing from wealthy, and famous doesn't make a streetwise favored, just persuasion. So.
Jim is looking intently at something, so I assume that
Mhm.
that 8 is not
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to stand.
Well, because I was like, unfortunately, my famous perk only makes persuasion favored, not streetwise. That's why I was like seeing if I had cards to make it work. But I don't really have cards. So I'll make it a little better. Spend
Okay.
some money.
All right. Is that the final answer?
I can throw him a little help with a little card here to get over that 20 threshold.
That'd probably be a good idea.
There you go. A little icing on the cake, as it were.
All right. You made a friend, and he is quite willing to chat you up and explain to you about how the things, the lay of the land here with that outstanding result. Uh, the chemical factory, they got, he tells you that they've got troops up there, and they're building something. It's not big like you're. I assume. So. How much about what you're looking for do you reveal?
I mean, I'm not like telling him exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm here, want to see what's going on. Any weird thing? I'm asking like, is there anything weird going on or strange? New stuff that's.
Okay. So you're just trying to get a lay of the land.
Mm-hmm.
You're not letting on anything. You're just trying to get a lay of the land. All right. So yeah, there's something going on up there. Shock troopers come and go. Sometimes you see more important people, and he knows they're more important because they're always in suits or nice cars. And that's up there by the chemical factory. Up that way. If you go further out, they've got the royal tombs, the Kasubi royal tombs that the shock troopers they'll stay they won't go into it. And in fact, they don't get they'll stay on the other side of the street. There's a street that goes around it. They'll stay on the other side. But for some reason, they don't want to go in. But it's the royal tombs of the Ugandan kings of old are up there. Very, very revered site in all of Uganda. He will tell you that the lake itself, they have had, from the train station, the train yard, they have had tons, and I mean, quite literally, tons of equipment and materiel come into the train yard, get offloaded onto vehicles, taken to the pier, loaded on boats, and then taken out to Bubeki Island out there in the middle of Lake Victoria. But the fishermen don't go out that way because there's the lake monster, Lukwata. And if you go near Bubeki Island, or even just fishing on the lake in that general direction, you run the risk of angering the lake god Lukwata. And if you anger the lake god Lukwata, then Lukwata sinks your boat and you die. And so the fishermen, and they're typically very rich fishing grounds towards Bubeki Island, and so they're very unhappy about the fact that they can't go fish over there, but they would much rather be a little hungry and alive than swimming with the fishes. And then there's Luzera Maximum Security Prison. Nobody goes there because if you go there, it's because you've been arrested and you're being put in jail, and you're not coming back out. Although, and he kind of looks both ways, and he leans in. He says, "I got it." Oh, let me do it this way so I don't cover my mic. I got it on good authority that Snake King is gonna break out. So yeah, it's coming. Yeah. That's what he gives you for your afternoon of debauchery with 18 teeth there.
Nice.
Alrighty then.
So I'm kind of thinking that hard point is in those tombs because those shark troopers won't go in.
Yeah, sounds like it.
The island is probably where the factory actually is, or the construction yard.
Probably.
The prison sounds like, well, unless we want to stop the Snake King somehow from getting out, but I don't think we really care about that. Unless they have information there from someone who's working there. But I don't know. The chemical factory sounds interesting just because we might be able to get some intel about what's going on over on the island. But that sounds like a pain to get into. It sounds like we need a boat.
Oh, well, if you need a boat, rent one at the pier.
Oh, fantastic.
Or find a captain for hire.
Where we down at the pier also?
Well, it's the only place where boats are. I mean, unless you want a fishing boat.
That's good to know.
I don't know that they're big enough for all of y'all. Maybe they are.
That's fantastic news. That's good news. So, where are we off to first?
Why not check out the tombs if we want to see what's going on with the hard point and why they aren't going in that before we stir up the hive's nest, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's further out from the chemical plant, so we can always swing back around and see if anything's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we're heading to the tombs?
I think so.
Think so?
Yep.
Everyone good with that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the reason. That wasn't the reason. All right, so we're heading towards the tombs. All right. You end up on the street right about here, heading out of town. Order doesn't really matter. I'm just going to move into there. Heading up, and I can't figure out how to do the doggone arrow thing that Rod does, and it isn't doing it for me. I've been trying, and it just
show the
not. Huh?
Show the arrow?
He does that little line with the arrow, say going over this way kind of thing.
This?
That!
Yep.
I can't figure out how to do
It's
that.
the snap to center thing on your bar.
It looks
That
like
thing.
a ruler or a comb.
That thing.
There you go.
I used to know how to do that, and now okay, fine. Everybody's doing arrows
So
now.
many
Everybody
arrows.
gonna do arrows. Let's everybody do arrows.
Okay.
Fine. I can't stop the damn arrow.
Go back to your pointer.
There you go.
So we're going that way?
Yeah, thank you. There you go.
Okay.
See, go team. Yeah, so you're going up that way when you hear a loud explosion coming off to your north and west, mostly west. And then you hear a
So from the
siren going
prison.
off. Well,
Yes.
it's in that general direction. And like within a minute, coming up the main drag behind you, you hear a siren and a local police car, really kind of worn out, old school, beat to death police car, with a very sad sounding siren. Like it doesn't get to, it either gets not very much use at all and isn't used to turning on, or it gets so much use that it's just worn out. You're not sure which. Comes racing down the street, and right behind it are a couple of deuce and a halves loaded to the brim with shock troopers, and they are tearing down the street, and they make a hard left in the direction of the prison. And shortly thereafter, another truck comes as you're moving down the street, and it pulls into, it stops right in the middle of the intersection and offloads a squad of shock troopers ahead of you. And then as soon as those shock troopers are off, a guy bangs on the top of the truck, and the truck pulls on, and it goes down, a good bit of distance, and it stops, and another squad gets off, and it starts unloading them every, few blocks. And these shock troopers start fanning out, and they're you over here, get off the street, prison break, you need to get off the street, Snake King is coming. Everybody get off the streets for your own. And if the people don't move fast enough, they are moving them. And it doesn't look like they care where these people go as long as they are getting off the street. And group of four shock troopers are headed your way, shooing people off the street. What would you like to do?
Get off the street and wait for him to pass.
Yeah. Find an alley or somewhere where we can not
Hide
be
for a
seen.
moment.
Well, so are you going into an alley, or are you going into a building?
Is there a nice coffee shop? Is there a nice coffee shop?
Nope. The stupid turn order was getting in the way. No, there is not a nice coffee shop. I was trying to roll the D20 when you said that, and my stupid turn order it never fails. I put my turn order to the left over there by that bar, and every time you hover over the D20 to pop up the dice, it's always over whatever die I need to roll. Always. Doesn't matter where I put it, what I move around, it's always over the die.
Yeah, unless y'all want to kidnap a couple shock troopers and steal their uniforms for later, I think we just get off the street into a building.
Oh, why Dan's shaking his head so bad? It's always very apropos in the Nile Empire to kidnap shock troopers and take their uniforms. I mean, come
Have
on.
you seen the uniforms? They won't
Who
fit
among
me.
us? You look fabulous, bare-chested. Come on.
Think of the armored dwarf in that little skirt.
Bare-chested.
So convincing.
With the headdress on.
Yeah.
It's either we head into an alley and head on down, or we head to a building. Which way one people want to go?
If there's an appropriate business, I say we just jump into a business building. But if it's somebody's house, I don't want to jump into their house because they're going to probably cause more problems.
Now you're more in a commercial district. It isn't. You're not running through a residential area, so it's businesses and shops and warehousing and things of that nature. It's not terribly upscale.
Sure.
You're not walking down Rodeo Drive.
No, then we'll
head into a business.
Yeah, jump into a
Okay,
business.
just duck into it. Whatever the door is that's right there, ducking in. Okay. The shock troopers seem to be walking towards your group with intent. until you open a door and go through the door, at which point they kind of break off and look, and they start scanning the street looking for more people. And when they zero in on some people and they head over that direction, and the people inside the business that you've walked in to don't seem. I mean, it's plate glass window. It's nice. You're not really sure what you've walked into here, but they aren't concerned with you so much as they are concerned with the shock troop, because they've been watching what's going on, and they're standing there looking at you, and they look at them, look at you, look at them, and the shock troopers aren't coming in after you, so clearly they're not after you. So they don't seem to be, oh my gosh, these people have come in and we need to turn them over to the authorities. They're just not really sure what's going on. And, honestly, you're kind of a weird group. I mean, let's be
I'll
honest.
say, if they haven't heard, I'll say, apparently the Snake King has escaped.
Who is the Snake King?
He's the king of the snake.
He is.
Now you could give me a
Cobra
persuasion roll, Jim.
A replacement.
Okay.
She looks at you and she kind of, you're used to this by now. It's that look of, oh, I know who you are. That kind of momentary hesitation. She starts to say something and stops for a second because something's not right. And then she knows what's not right because now she recognizes you. Like, oh, okay. So she, Destitution League already replaced Hooded Cobra. Yeah, they got a second string snake. So yeah, she recognizes. Oh, I see you on that show. Oh yes. What's that?
Whenever I get that look, I make sure I turn to give the proper profile that everybody recognizes me from.
Oh yeah. If she had a cell phone, she'd be getting a selfie right now. You'll not heard of Snake King. Snake King, very bad. Organized, English, organized crime. Very bad. Put in jail for, she starts speaking in a language that you're not familiar with.
I will look at her intently, like I'm understanding her, and then read her mind.
Well, she's looking at a gentleman standing next to her as she's talking in this rapid fire language. Go ahead and give me a mind reading roll. Oh yeah. So she's speaking Swahili, and she's like, "Oh, how do you tell them it's organized crime? I don't know what the English word is for organized crime. They're thugs." And he says, "Well, just tell them thugs. They're Americans. He's an American. He'll know." And she says, "Oh, thug. He is thug with other thug. He break thug out from prison and tries to start more crime."
Thank you.
Yeah. So she looks at you. She says, "You hide from shock trooper." And it looks like a question.
Yes, we need to investigate something that is going on with the shock troopers. So we just don't wish to be making trouble for anyone around here. So if we can do it without the shock troopers knowing, it would be better.
You give autograph, and we keep shock trooper from know you here.
Oh, yes. Who should I make it out to? I pull out my gold autograph pen.
She gives you a name because I wasn't prepared to set up a Swahili name.
Why not?
Because I didn't expect you to pop into a dress shop, a sarong shop, or whatever it is. I'll tell you later. Okay, so you give her the autograph, and you're hiding out there, and as you how long are you going to stay in this shop? She's chatting you up. She doesn't seem at all interested about the rest of you guys. Y'all are looking around, and it's some kind of a. It looks to be a cross between a ladies' dress shop on one side and a gentleman's suits on another. And right down the center, they've got all this cloth, bolts of cloth for both the ladies' dresses and whatnot, and the gentlemen's suits. And it seems to be a family-run tailor's outfit, or tailor and dressmaker. And there are a couple of kids running around, and there's a couple of adults. Other than this, she's not an elderly lady, 50s, 60s, something like that. But it's amazing what's not elderly anymore when you hit 50, isn't it? You're like, yeah,
Yes.
no, they're not that old. They're good, doing good.
They're
And
90. They're fine.
yeah, they're doing great. Yeah, but when you're
Thank you very
17,
much.
it's like was it? Oh,
35. Never trust anyone over 35.
that's Planet of the Apes. Thank you, Charlton Heston. There was a post on Facebook the other day where it's in a D&D group that I watch, and the post was, yeah, I run a D&D game for 11-year-olds, and this new kid introduced his character saying, yeah, and he's what is it? He's an old guy, like 35, 40. Suddenly, 14 dragons attack the party for no reason at all.
So Mark, I'd like to look at Luke, put both fingers up on my temple, look and
Yes.
stare at him intensely,
Yes.
and telepathically tell him, could you ask her if there's like a back door out of here? We should probably leave.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. We just
Thank you.
because it's fantastic. And you hear it in your head. You hear Rocket Ranger in your head.
I'll look around and see if there are any outfits here that look like they might fit some of us.
It's hard to tell. I mean, are you looking on the dress side or are you looking on the suit side? I would assume the suit side.
I'm looking on the suit side.
There are suits, but it's hard. I mean, if you've ever shopped for a suit, it's hard to tell what size they are hanging on the rack.
Yeah, you really have to try them on.
And as you're looking at those, you get the idea that these are more of a sample of what they can make, and not this is for sale off the rack. And
okay.
this is more of the gentleman is more of a tailor.
Luke, you should know, never buy off the rack.
As
I
you
don't.
come over there and start looking, he snaps his fingers, and 2 or 3 kids come out, and one of them's carrying this little stool, and he sets it down in front of you, and another is carrying this little. It looks like a toolbox, but it's not. It's made out of wood, and it looks very old and worn. And he comes over and he motions to you to step up onto the stool.
Oh yeah. I let them take my measurements.
Okay, they are absolutely taking you. He is running the tape, and he's speaking in very rapid fire Swahili, and there's a little kid. He's got the toolbox open, and there's a little pad of paper, and then there's a bunch of there's some little white chalk. They're like squares of chalk, and all kind of stuff. And he looks at the rest. Is anybody else queuing up to get their measurements taken?
As soon as Cool Hand does, I guess I'll do the same.
While they were doing that, I'm looking outside through the window.
Let's see
I'm
what's
trying
going
to
on
see-
here.
What's going on?
Well, Robert, it's kind of good that you did that, because as everyone else is. By the way, the man as Crag comes over and motions, the man says something over his shoulder rather loudly in Swahili, and the older lady comes over and she says, "You have to take off iron suit.
You
Can't get measurement through iron suit. You take off. We get measurement for you. Make a very good suit."
What
So
kind
I
of
have
measurements that can put the suit over the iron? I'm real attached to me iron.
You say that, and she looks at her husband. It's clearly her husband. She says something, and the husband stops, and he kind of puts his hand on your hip, Luke, to balance himself, and he turns a little bit so he knows where you're at, and he doesn't bump you. He looks at Crag, and he looks you up and down, and he nods, and he goes back to working with you. As that's happening, let me get this.
So I have to ask. On the women's side, are they just dresses? Because that Amazon night robe was really nice. And
That Amazon night robe.
Right, when we were in the Amazon, we had to wear the togas. And the
Yeah.
robes.
If
What-
you want to talk to her and explain what you're looking, she can absolutely crank one of those out.
okay.
You might as well also get some, Luke should probably get some Amazon lingerie, while he's here.
Well,
I'm not-
he does know some people.
It's true. I'm just not sure she'd be all for it here.
But there's a problem. And one of these guys is coming over to the window, and he's smashing the window with a baseball bat. And we have not elite shock troopers. We have. Let me show you that. Some hardened criminals coming over in the company of the Snake King.
Where are shock troopers when you need them?
They apparently have been
Oh, wait.
beaten senseless by the by other hardened criminals. Because you hear the fire, the gunfire, and it's getting out of hand. And we're going to go to rounds as these hardened criminals, along with Snake King, have oddly enough, by sheer coincidence, found the very store you're in. Only in the Nile, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're gonna make me mad.
Don't make them like they used to. Objects and vehicles suffer a wound if damage equals toughness, and another wound for every 5. This will be a standard scene. The villains will go first, and then the heroes can flurry. The approved actions are intimidate and taunt.
Remember, we are in the Nile, which means we attract drama.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it works.
What are you trying to say?
I think he said it very well. You attract drama. Dan's like, wait, what? That's not what he said at all. All right, so baseball bat through window. Yaren's standing there staring. He's staring back. The Snake King looks at you. He recognizes a stormer when he sees one. I believe. Do I believe correctly? Come on, tell me I do.
You don't.
Yep, I do. Because you're standing right there. That's not what that is. All right, so he's got these robes that dangle down, and you can't really see his arms, and he punches out at you, and as he does, this snakehead fist kind of comes out of his robe at you, and it's a snake head the size of a fist with fangs and everything. And Robert, this thing is coming out about 3 meters or so. I mean, he's got a ranged attack with this. It's odd. And I'm favored. I'm going to favor that. I can be favored when I do it for the first time. And I am going to do better. No, I'm not. I gotta be impressive for my men, though, so I'm gonna put a possibility on it.
No, you are not.
Okay. No,
I'm gonna
I am
stop
not.
that right now.
Okay, so how's a 10 look against your melee or unarmed?
You are just at it.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. My melee or unarmed. My unarmed is a 9, so you are just 1 over your standard hit.
How's a 12 look against your
I
toughness?
take a shock.
A point of shock. Okay.
Oh no, 2 points of shock. 12, yes.
I was
2
gonna say
points
you
of shock.
got. I don't remember your toughness being that high, but that's okay.
No, 2 points.
So this guy, he sees you right there, and he points his pistol at you because you're standing there,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't do so well with his pistol. The Snake King's punch kind of
Threw
just
him off guard.
racks him, and the rest. Let's see, we can get, I'd say, 1 apiece into the building, and the rest will have to be outside. So everybody's going to get a shot at them. Is it going to be a shot? Yeah, it's going to be a shot. It's going to be a shot. So we'll just work left to right. Craig. And then Luke. And Ivan. Oh, Ivan.
That'll be good.
I got a thing going for you tonight.
Yep.
How's 17 look against your toughness?
2 shock.
2 shock. And a lone rocket ranger. Okay, lone. So recall that last guy there. He has a malfunction pistol. He needs to fix his pistol before he can shoot you again. And the other guys are coming through the window and through the door and trying to crowd into the shop, and they're just not getting there yet. So that's going to be all of me. Who would like to go first for the heroes?
Is there anyone hanging by the Snake King, like they would be used in a minion-like fashion?
I don't know how you would know that.
Oh, well, no, he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. I mean, it's a good assumption.
He's
He
a
does
bad
not.
guy. We've run into these, like the last snake
That's
guy.
fair. That's fair. He does not have a cluster of guys around him
Okay.
within 3 feet of him, so he can grab somebody and just yank them in front of him.
That's all I
Yeah.
wanted to know first. Then I will harden criminals. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna quickly kind of look around. Well, not look around. I just grab something off the table and just yell grenade at 3 guys.
You're gonna try and trick 3. Okay.
Give him the trick. Yes.
Your target's an 8.
-4. Boom.
That is a good success. What would you like to make them?
Let's make them very stymied. Let's take those guys out while other people take other guys out. And then I'm going to hit my invisibility. Boop. So I will only be a +2 to hit, even though I'm very vulnerable.
You said very stymied, correct?
They will become very stymied. Yes, 3 guys.
Let's make that white text. I suppose if I could ever learn how to do the nifty icons like Rod does, that it would be better. But yeah. Yeah, let's put that right there. Okay, and you are. Let's see. Lone Rocket Ranger is now invisible, right?
Yes, I will become very vulnerable. But with all the numbers, I'm effectively a +2 to attack.
Okay. There's Lone. Who's next?
Crag is just going to try to intimidate Snake Fist there.
So you're coming up to the window.
Can't you see I'm trying to get a fucking suit made here? Fuck off.
Luke's in the back with the man.
12. Well, that's successful.
Intimidate, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is a success. What would you like to make him?
Who hasn't gone?
I haven't, but
Everyone else.
You'll tend to
Yeah.
shoot, so I'll make him vulnerable for this turn. Because I'm sure, our resident sniper might want to take shots at the big guy.
Okay.
Um,
He's just a shooter.
I
Not a
was going to
sniper
pull
yet.
out my hunting rifle, point it at the snake guy, and go, "You think that's a dangerous snake?" And shoot him. So I'm taunting him.
Taunt and shoot? Yes,
Yeah.
by the way, get your successful intimidate card.
Oh, yeah.
That's 2 lower. Your
Yeah.
taunt's unskilled.
Yeah, my taunt is unskilled. That will be a 12 on the to hit, which actually hits his dodge too.
Yeah, well, you miss. So you're 2 short. I mean, you're 2 minus 2.
Oh, that's right, -2. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
so you missed the taunt,
Yeah.
and you're a 10 on his dodge, which you missed the dodge too.
So what I'm going to do is I will go on and spend a possibility.
Got you down 50%. Quick.
Possibilities are meant to be spent.
They are. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I can probably take care of some of that for you. I'm going to play this Galvin card. We already have 2 innocent bystanders. Let's see how many more there are.
So
Oh,
16.
nice.
Wow, that's a really nice. Yeah, well
Change.
played there.
So
All right.
that's a 16. So I'm 10 over his.
What? No.
No, I'm sorry. I'm 5 over his taunt. Right.
Yes, that's a good success on his taunt.
So I'll make him even more vulnerable.
So we're going to very vulnerable.
And 19 is my gun skill, my fire combat.
Okay.
So that will be a good success on his dodge.
All right.
Okay, so $17.
Oh, I'm not interested in taking that wound at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to spend one.
You know, I just don't want you to because you've pissed me. I mean, Snake King's pissed me off.
Robert said it right. You pissed me off, Mark.
Yep. I heard it. We got it on the
Yeah,
stream.
it's on
so,
stream. It's
yeah.
on live.
All right. So he's going to take a wound. Rats. Wound and 2 shock. He doesn't like that.
No,
Okay.
I can imagine.
He didn't like that at all.
Oh, but I did taunt.
You did. Who is next? Ivan? Luke?
I will fire. I'll annoyed that they came in and broke my suit measuring session.
You're fitting?
My fitting. I will turn and draw my AK and fire at the Scorpion King, or the
The Scorpion King.
Scorpion
Yeah.
King.
Snake King here. And then some of these people that were coming into the window, do they look like they're getting near any of the other workers that are in here?
I mean, they look like they're going to. No one's engaged them in melee yet.
That's fine. Then I will fire at 2 of them that are coming
Okay.
in.
Sure. So we got 3 total: Snake King and 2 hardened
Yep.
criminals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Since
total
you did
minus
that,
4.
Why don't I just go ahead and play this card?
Total minus 2 for me because of my eye.
Okay, so all right. There are 5. So our little tailor and dressmaker are prolific.
Well, you did say they had a number of
There's
kids.
just-
They do. They do have a number of kids, and I said there were some adults. So as you turn and crank your rounds, Luke,
Mhm.
the report of the AK scatters the young boys, the 3 at your feet, and the husband. And from out back, the husband goes towards his wife, but from back of the shop, the mother and father of the children come out. These are the grandparents, and the boys that are working with the father have scattered forward because that's just how it works. And the mother and father run after them, and so now you have 5, those 5 innocent bystanders in the crossfire between you and the Snake King, and they're all. Let's do it this way. I suppose if I got in a little closer. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You've got the original 5 up there.
5. There we go. Okay, so now we got our 5 bystanders in there, and they are clearly in between you and the bad guys. And the bad guys have those little K09 pistols, K09 pistols out, and they don't seem to care at all that the little boys are in between the 2 of you. They're still cranking around. So that's what we got going on there.
Okay. All right.
And go ahead and resolve your shot there. Your shot is
what starts it. Yep.
is what starts it. So they are not in.
Oh,
They're
nice.
not at risk from your shot.
Ow.
Well, that's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be an outstanding hit on everybody. Yep, that's an outstanding hit on everybody. So go ahead and give me 3 packets of damage. Tell me which one's Snake King.
We will do Snake King first.
Okay.
His toughness is a 10.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Wow.
He did.
Oh,
I did say he angered me by.
You
ruining
did.
my
No, you
fitting.
absolutely. Never get between a man and his
his
inseam
fitting.
measurement.
What's the toughness of the hardened criminals?
Oh my gosh. The hardened criminals have a toughness of 9. I got to go test for defeat on him. Okay, sure. Well, first I got to give him his wounds. He's dead. You blew him away. You freaking crushed him.
And the other one of the other hardened criminals gets 1 wound and 2 shock, and the other one gets 2 wounds and 4 shock.
Oh, what a coincidence. The wound is enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out that snakes don't handle gunplay well. I mean, that's twice. That's twice now. Snake themed villain. Bang. Oh, that looked like that left a mark.
Bring snake to gunfight.
That's right. Did that hurt, Luther? That looked real painful. All right, that was Luke Earp and Ivan. You're left.
Yep. So I apologize to the shopkeepers. sorry for the mess, but your shop will now be famous. So I'm gonna attack these 3 who've made it further into the shop here.
Okay. -4.
-2 because I have whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
Oh, well, I guess I am going to disconnect and become very vulnerable.
Not quite as famous as you thought, or for the reason that you
Right.
thought. All right, so is that the 4th disconnect we've had today?
Just 4. I think
That's
That's about right.
I mean,
yeah.
That's
I've
definitely
had 2,
Ivan's
you've
second.
had 2, yeah.
Just between, and that's between
two
Jim
of
and
us.
Lehman.
Yep.
Hey,
Nice.
Lehman, I suggest Realm Runner.
It looks good on me. Okay, so you're stymied, you said?
No.
Very vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
Oh.
Oh, very vulnerable. Ah, target acquired.
Oh no, it's just vulnerable. Sorry, not very.
Yeah, normal vulnerable.
I thought I said that. I was told I was wrong. All right. That's everybody, right? So y'all may play cards in your pool. Great sadness. You may now flurry.
Would you like this, Yvonne?
Yes.
Did you give him one?
Oh yeah, I did.
Ah, dude. Okay.
I take away all your fun. He doesn't have to use it.
I want to give him a week. I want to give him a week to remake Ivan as a Nile hero, though. That would be so much fun. Captain Ruski. You can't take Captain Hammer because that's copyrighted.
What about Commander Hammer?
So to these 2 guys out here, I'm going to attempt to intimidate them. Say, "You better run! Look what we did to your boss."
They have very obviously witnessed what you did to their boss. They're very much hoping you get an outstanding result. You did not.
How far off am I?
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah, your intimidate was a 9. They're hardened criminals.
Oh, that's hard. Then in that case, we'll just make them vulnerable. The voice from nowhere also kind of freaked him out.
Yeah.
Oops, I will draw 1 card, not 2 cards.
Yes, 1, please. 1, sir. That is Lone Rocket Ranger. Who is next?
I will come over to where these kids are, and I will do the action to save one of them, whatever
Okay.
it is. Push them out of
So
the way.
shield
or what have
them
you.
with your body, and that allows them to get underneath one of the tables and scamper to safety.
If I can do that as part of a multi-action to fire at one of the other people, then I will do so.
Well, you're kind of saving them, and so just as the action to get the possibility, you're going to have to kind of sacrifice your turn to do that.
That's fine.
All right. That's Lone. Who's next? No, excuse me. That's Erp.
Krag
I'll
will pretty
try
much do the
to.
same thing. Superimpose himself between him and the family so they can get someplace to cover.
Crag is?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
your
so
turn.
take one possible. You can do that with one of the children.
And Yaren was going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Possibility whores.
You better
Oh,
Well, duh.
I'm just getting back to full. Yarn can take the rest so that he can negate everything.
I mean,
You want the negating.
yeah, I know that is true. Yara, you save everybody. The rest of
negate
y'all-
whore.
the rest of y'all.
Oh, sure. You just fall over backwards with your legs in the air for anybody who can negate something.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so that leaves kind of Ivan.
Yep.
Would you like to try and reconnect, Ivan?
I will try to reconnect. And then I will just reconnect. And now I will
Come on,
try
roll a
to
one.
do what I was
on.
trying to do before.
It can't ever happen. Roll a one.
Has a 1.
And what's your minimum damage?
18.
Donk, donk, donk.
They're going to rename this Gallagher's Tailor Shop. It's Freddie Gallagher.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be pulling out my pocketbook for them, though.
That is all of you guys. Go ahead and play cards into your pools. That was your flurry. And we will go get another card. Quick with fear. The villains will go first, and the heroes must make a hard DN14 fear test or become very stymied because you've heard a large explosion go off outside, and you're not sure what that was. The approved action is defend. So everybody makes a DN14 fear test right now, please.
I'm quaky enemy boots.
I do not.
Rocket Ranger's fine.
Where is Crag? Crag came over.
Let's see. Yep, 7.
There he is. Everybody else okay? Luke, you're very stymied, huh?
Yeah, well, it was because I was saving those kids.
Oh yeah, no,
Yaren
hey.
is also very stymied.
Who? Yarn?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I got a ton of shit out there. So that's not there anymore because.
Correct.
Are you always very vulnerable when you're invisible, or just when you activate it?
When I activate.
Okay, but you're still invisible, right?
Correct. I'm only at a -2 because I acted.
-2 vulnerable.
No, as in
I'm
you
not
have
ver-
you have a -2 to hit him.
Yeah, I'm only dim light instead of what is it? Pitch black effective. So if they could
I gotcha.
echolocate or use radar, then they could see me. But I don't think these guys have anything but their eyes, so it's as if dim light.
Okay. I think everything else is still there.
The +2 vulnerable is gone because that was at the.
That was on the first before the flurry.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out is where, if any of that's still around or not, and it's not. That particular one is not. All right. Yeah, I get to go. Morale's not a thing in this game, so I can just keep going. Let's see. You blew away the boss.
I
But
did.
Ivan, you splattered 3 of my friends. I think I'm not engaged with you, so it doesn't hurt me to move. I'm gonna. You know what, Ivan? You're You took 3 of us out, so you're going to get shot at by the 3 that are close to us, that you got brain matter and blood on. So let's go ahead and give you a +2 on this for all 3 shooting at you. How's the 15 look?
That's standard.
They are also very stymied, those 3.
How's the 13 look?
That
Excuse me,
is-
an 11.
That hits exactly, so still standard.
Enjoy 13.
Shock.
And I got 2 more. Lone. You're right there.
You mean the voice of the phantom?
Yeah, that's, out of fear, we shoot at you.
Fair enough.
I get +1, but a -1, so a -1. Oh!
Clearly, you scared.
Apparently, I scared them into.
They
Clearly,
focused.
you scared them so well they
Wow.
looked exactly at you.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
And that's with the -2 in there.
They get a +1 for 2 of them shooting at you. So yes, it's got a -1
Okay.
on it.
Just making sure. So that is that's a good success.
16.
Ugh, that's a wound.
It isn't so much that they saw you as that they pulled the trigger and emptied the weapons and
Oh.
just peppered the area with bullets.
I'm
Something was bound to hit you.
that is not a wound because I'm 12 toughness, so I will take the shock.
Ugh.
I was looking at the wrong number.
Okay. That's all of me. Heroes may go. Who'd like to go first?
I'll go ahead
Okay.
and step forward to these 3.
These softened criminals. And 11 is going to be a success.
Okay, so 18.
As I said, the softened criminals.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Yarn, you might want to save a kid.
Yaren will save another kid.
Okay, save another kid, Urine.
Is anyone else going to save that last kid?
Craig's
Somebody
just gonna go
needs
bang
to.
heads.
I was gonna say you can take it if you want, Mike, or I can. I don't really care. I was gonna say I can fire if Craig wants to go beat on the other 2.
Go ahead, Luke. Save the children's.
Sure.
You're
I will save
you're the famous one. They'll remember you. They won't remember us.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. That
Maybe-
time you saved the entire shop and all the family.
right,
and
and
then-
then paid for some of the damages.
Yeah,
But it's
and
a little less since I saved more kids now.
And now I will step out of the shop and then shoot both these guys with the dual auto.
Pow!
Pop. Ugh,
No.
not with a 6. All right, Craig's gonna kill him.
Yep.
Okay, we're good.
You're just leading them into the axe.
And
That's
into
what you-
Craig, yeah, exactly.
That was a
Driving
maneuver.
them towards the blade.
Craig will move forward and
Impressive fire.
he will go ahead and go all out, attack both of these guys, so it gets rid of the very stymied, and it's just a -2. Help I actually highlighted it, huh? 9 hit?
9 on there. No, you're 1 short.
One. Let's see.
I have an adrenaline for you if you want.
Okay. You want a opponent fails or a leadership?
Give me the opponent fails. I already have a leadership.
All right. There you go.
I thought that was a given. You don't need to ask. For the record, I'm ever play with you guys. You don't have to ask. Just give me the opponent fails. I don't care whatever, unless it's a monologue or a nemesis or a romance.
So there you go. So that's a standard hit.
It's enough because you're
15.
probably it. You're 15.
15.
Yeah, that's enough. And yes, we now have bullet holes. The plate glass is gone in the front of the shop. There are bullet holes everywhere, but the kids have been. You successfully crammed the kids under the tables and then protected them with your body. And the shopkeepers are exceptionally grateful for all of this. They absolutely want to take the measurements for everyone who wants a suit,
Aye.
or toga or whatever suits you, or um, that will take quite a bit of time if you want to spend it. But if you want to spend it, we will certainly note that you have a custom set of clothing on your certification, your cert, when we get done with this. Your call.
I mean,
I kind of like it.
I'm all for it.
I'm for it. Everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
we'll do it. All right. And Mark, unbeknownst to the family, I leave $100 somewhere in here to help pay for the shop. They can find it later.
Okay, so you're going to put it in a place that they will find it, but you're not going to let them know that it's there now.
Correct.
Because they're absolutely refusing any money you try to give them.
And I'm sure of it. Like,
Okay.
I'm sure that if I pull them out money, especially to buy the suit, that they're going to try to refuse it. So instead, I am going to find a way in a place to put it down that they will find it once we're gone.
See, Harden.
And now we can go to the police to see if there is a bounty on this guy.
I mean, he did escape the prison.
Yeah, exactly. And might put us in good with them.
I mean, we're in the Nile. I hear these villains keep coming back. Maybe who knows? We might take him to the prison, and he might, suddenly wake up again.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that Cosm card you played, Dan? What was that called?
In the Crossfire.
In the Crossfire. Save. Oh, I still got it out there. Yeah.
Yep.
Save 5 of the shopkeepers' family. They are so grateful. They take measurements from everyone, as well as a shipping address, and promise a tailored set of clothing sent to address of their choice as soon as they can get it made, which will be after the adventure. All right,
Well, it takes time to make a nice suit. Of course.
Absolutely does. Quality takes time. Oops. No, let's get this first. And then we'll highlight that so that we don't forget that. When we get to the point where we're doing certs and everything, make sure that somebody try to remember that, because I might not. All right.
And then I think we find a way to go out the back.
Let's see. So as you are survey, I mean, you survey the damages and whatnot. You've hung around for quite some time, and the local authorities have come and are gathering up the bodies from your handiwork. And in fact, the Nile Empire shock troopers have come as well. But the family and the friends of the family have interposed themselves between you and the troops of Pharaoh Mobius. But the troops of Pharaoh Mobius have taken notice that you are here. And while there's a mob growing on your behalf that is keeping you from being carted away by these shock troopers, they don't have a whole, but they scattered out, right, trying to find all of the prison break guys and the criminals and try and round them up and get them back into jail. And so they've dispersed their force. They don't have enough people to take you on and try and take you by force and deal with the mob that is clearly, because of your heroics and the kindness that you showed to the tailor and the dressmaker, are clearly citizens of high regard in the community. And so you saving them has endeared you to the rest of the community. And now they're interposing themselves between you and the shock troopers, who are making the wise decision to not press their luck and try and bully their way in to get to you. And then because they realize even if they could get to you, they probably can't take you. And so they're going to wait for reinforcements. Well, you get done with your last measurement, coincidentally, right about the time that the troop truck is pulling up with that reinforcements, and you get hugs all around from mom and dad and the kids and whatnot, and they wave goodbye as you skedaddle out the back door into the alley, and off you go. And that's going to be the end of a scene, and we will go ahead and do the card thing. So we need to, does anybody need to get down? Nobody needs to get down to 6. So go ahead and get up to 6 cards for Yaron and for Ivan. And then if you would like to recycle a card, feel free to do that. Oh, goodness. I have just been a yawn factory for the last 45 minutes.
Nope, I like mine.
Don't want to step B? I can't imagine why you did.
No, I'm going to get rid of that one.
Say, every act has either a chase or a DSR to take care of.
Or
I'll keep
both.
what I got.
Or both. Sometimes 3.
Oh, I agree 100%, but A and B are the ones that come up the most.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm keeping, because that's what I'm keeping D.
Yeah, I keep C's and D's.
Yeah.
I think I will recycle this transfer. I know we've used it a couple of times pretty successfully, but
I have a transfer in case we need it.
okay.
Okay, so step B and transfer are going away in 3, 2, 1. Yes?
Oh, I also have 3 supporter cards. So
Let it never be said that Yarn isn't helpful.
exactly.
All right. So you've created quite a stir here. And as you are departing, where is this individual? You in here? Let's see. A young Swahili woman approaches you as you're coming out of the alleyway and says, "Oh, good. I was hoping I would not have to go into the shop and reveal myself to the authorities. Mr. Nakatomi has asked me to redirect you. There is a need for you at the tomb of the Ugandan kings. It seems that the hard point is going to be assaulted. We need to try and keep that from happening. If Mobius is successful in destroying that hard point, that could be very bad for the region. The prison break is, it seems, perhaps only a cover for this attack. Um, um, you must make haste. Get to this site and hurry it up. Take care of it and don't let it fall.
Have a vehicle for us to get there quicker?
I did not. You could use my car, maybe.
Well, that is mighty generous of you. Let's
And then
get
we
into
go
her
and
car.
see it's like a 3-seater.
Yeah.
It's not very big. You're lucky to get you all in there, and Ivan's like, no room for a hammer. I ride on the roof with hammer. Let's see. So let me go ahead and extract all of y'all out of all of this word salad I've got running around in there. All right. Put you right there. It is not it's a good thing it's not very far from here. You are not actually inside the tombs. You are on the X. Let's do this. Not a lot of room on the street. How's that? There you go. Now you're on the street. How's that? Let's see.
I think we've had enough time to get rid of shock.
Yes, there is enough time to get rid of shock, but not a lot of not a lot of time to do much else.
Does anybody still have wounds? Nobody got wounds in, did they? Okay, so then I guess we're good.
All right, so you're not actually pulling up right out front of this. You pull up. She stops. Akiki stops some distance away and lets you out so that you can approach in a more covert manner on foot. And is that
Covert. She doesn't know us too well.
No.
well? She's hoping. And as you approach, you can definitely feel core earth reality emanating from the tomb. So much so that if you cross the street and get inside the walls, you are in a core earth dominant zone. There is a mob that has gone in. You can see the gates wide open. And did I not do that? How did I do that? Okay, I see how I did that. You can see that there are some flames coming from that building, and the crowd is starting to mill around in the grassy areas in here, and they are looking like they're getting ready to do some more damage. So what we're going to have, and I don't want to start this with 13 minutes left, so I'm going to tell you what we've got going on, because there's no way we're going to complete this in 13 minutes. We're just barely going to even get started.
I mean, it's going to probably be like a DSR that we just threw away a step B for? Oh, wait.
Yeah, I was just thinking of DSR.
2 running concurrently.
Nice.
So you're going to have 2 objectives here. You have a fire burning at the main site over here, and then you have this mob that's milling about in various places. You're going to have to fight the fire, but you're also going to have to sway the crowd. Because if you can't get the crowd on your side, they're just going to start more fires, and then they're going to beat you down, and then they're going to watch. They're going to stand on your chest while everybody watches the fires burn this place to the ground.
That sounds like a job for a famous person.
I could be. So
Could be.
the swaying the crowd part is going to be 4 consecutive persuasion tests at DN 12.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay. If you choose to try and intimidate them, it would be at a higher
Oh no,
DN
I
14.
I don't intimidate. I talk
Well, that's
nice.
Yeah,
my job.
yeah. So that's the swaying the crowd part. The fighting the fire part, you're going to have 4 steps of a DN10 mind test as you attempt to figure out how to get the whole fire suppression thing going on. Water lines with buckets, where to put them, directing people who are willing to help, finding people that are willing to help, directing to the right spots, etc. If the fires aren't doused by the 5th round, enough damage is done that the hard point's going to collapse, and it'll all revert to a Nile dominant zone. And this whole commotion is drawing a tremendous amount of attention as well. So, I mean, I guess we could try and kick it off. You might be able to roll some really quick stuff, or as my luck would have it, you guys always pull that ABCD card on the very first card, and we'll just
ABCD up.
Before you get started,
Yeah.
you said, now the getting rid of the fire, it's 4 consecutive mind rolls.
Yes.
Or are there different things?
No.
4 consecutive mind rolls. Okay.
Yes. So they've given you 2 consecutive DSRs, concurrent DSRs, but they haven't done a whole lot of let's make it more difficult with a bunch of different skills and stuff. And so you're separated into groups. One group's going to have to deal with the fire, the other group's going to have to deal with the crowd, and there's no sharing back and forth if you're one group over here, one group over there. So you can move between groups if you want to move between groups, but the group that's dealing with this over here is the resources for that one, and the group that's dealing with this one over here is resources for that one. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So with that, Yaron, you're worried that you're going to get beat up?
No.
You just threw an
Active
active
defense.
All right, let's flip a
I
card
did?
and we'll see how we go. Yeah, you did.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to close something and I must have hit it.
That's all right. According to my calculations, the science skill may be used as an interaction attack this round. The target is the defender's science or mind. You're not really being attacked, I don't think, at this point, are you? Let's see.
Might depend on the persuasion roll.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah, and the single card is gonna go back and forth. So there is stuff. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I see what's going on there. All right, so let's go ahead and throw that out there. There's no A on the card. There's a B and a D. So you can go after a persuasion and a mind for the fires to get a card. Defend is the approved action. And there aren't really any villains attacking anyone. Oh, and you can be fatigued. So we're going to jump right to the hero's turn. Everybody go ahead and hit that fatigue button for me.
Oof. Apparently that fire brings some smoke or something.
It's getting in through the slits in your helmet. It's just choking you.
Who's
I'm
working with the mind side?
I don't know.
I know I will be.
Yeah, Yarn, I think
Yeah.
you and I will head that way.
Okay.
Have
I'll stick close to Cool Hand just in case he needs some intimidation tactics.
Yeah,
Let me ask this: for the mind side, would find be helpful? Like, finding where there might be water or something. to
It's
help
a
put
straight
out the
mind
fire?
roll.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to support
Well, that's
You
what
want
I
to
mean.
use
for
a find
support.
as a support and say, "Oh, I'm going to assist with my find." Sure,
Okay.
but to attempt the step, you need a mind roll.
No, I meant assist. There's no way I can do a mind, but I can assist with the find.
So we got Erp and who going to do what?
So Erp is before he splits off from Yarn, is gonna copycat Yarn's persuasion.
Okay.
And I think I will just go ahead and bless our charisma.
And I was then going to bless mind.
All of this is happening before we break everybody up. I'm
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
So Lone, you get to try to see if you can get a card.
Oh, okay. Lone was trying. Yeah.
Oh, I can try to do the card. Okay, gotcha.
So Crag and Yarn have both blessed or enhanced.
Working on it. Ooh, I blessed.
Wow. Yeah.
So this
Bless
is going to be
you.
for a minute.
What is it? +2?
Yeah, that's plus
Yep.
2 for a minute.
+2 to
Okay.
mind.
All right.
Mine's only
And-
going to be a +1, it looks like.
Alone, you did not copycat successfully. You take your shock.
Yeah, I was debating whether or not I wanted to actually boost it to do it.
Okay. I will take your Torg candy.
Yeah,
you-
you can take my Torg candy.
Okay. It's late. I'm not supposed to eat it this late in the evening, but hey,
It's candy. It's acceptable anytime.
Yeah, what Mama
It's
doesn't
more
know won't
candy.
hurt
It's
her.
0 calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be a whole bunch of. Oh, there we go. That used to be a whole bunch of candied mango. Now it's 3 pieces. Oh, which reminds me.
All right.
Chili candy I got running around this room.
Well, just remember when the hot donut sign now is on, Krispy Kremes have no calories. They've already been burnt off.
I like the way you think, sir.
Apparently, Krispy Kreme's got a nice little deal going too.
Mm-hmm.
They do on Wednesdays. You can buy a dozen donuts for whatever the average price of gas is in Georgia for a gallon of gas.
Nice.
That will end rapidly as soon as gas prices start coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of
Whenever that is. All right. So 20. Oh, look at you copying all that persuasion.
Yep, he's only got a couple to copy, but it's good enough.
Yeah, but you got them. Okay, so
And these
who's-
on the mind side. Lone Rocket Ranger is going to go attempt step A for the card.
okay. So who is? Let's see. Lone is on the mind side, and is Erp on the persuasion side. Who's on what team?
I'm over there with her
Okay.
just in
I
case he
am
needs an intimidation for some
with
reason.
Yarn.
Okay. That's your locations are no particular reason other than to split the groups up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to stand there, Lone?
Yeah, that'll stand. It's just not worth to use a resource to get a card right now.
Okay. Who we got left? Ivan, you got
That's it.
anything?
I was going to try to help assist with the find. See if I can find some water or hose.
Well, I mean, nobody's you +2, but if somebody's going to try the mind roll, that gets your 8 to a 10.
It would
but
get
you
you
need
to
a-
the 10.
So yeah, you would have helped Rocket Ranger get a card.
Yep. So you get your card there, Lone.
Okay.
And Rocket Ranger, you did in fact get him
Now,
a card.
Rocket Ranger, you have a mind of 8,
Yeah, I went to 10.
huh? It's
Go
now
into-
10. Okay.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to let you do the rolls because I have a lot of supporter cards.
Okay. We could do that.
That's quite. But see, now we're playing Torg Eternity.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's how it works. All right, so cards and pools. Put that supporter card in pool.
Yes.
And Mark, you were saying basically because we're in different groups from different sides. If do you want Are we splitting the card play between those groups too? So like Crag and I are the only ones that can
Yes.
play cards for each other. Okay.
Yes, your resources are yours. Their resources. Now you can move back and forth, but this round you need. If we realize I got a card you need, you can go over there and move back and forth. But that Crag is the only one who can help. Who can hand Erp a card.
That's fine. It was just mattering which card I was putting in
Yep.
my pool.
Yep. Bring them on. All Ord villains become vulnerable. Well, we don't have any at the moment. The heroes will go first, and the villains will flurry. Attack and trick are the approved actions. There's an A and a C on the card, and something else. As if you didn't see this coming. Or maybe you did.
We only had some sort of step B.
I like it.
You mean you physically found a way to force a split of the party, and now's a good time to jump us? What?
Yeah, what? What? Yvonne, get him.
For no apparent reason at all. So out of the crowd, you notice that there are some of those hardened criminals that were in the prison break, and they seem to be armed with petrol bombs. But there's another guy in there too, and he seems to have 2 petrol bombs, but his hands are on fire, but he's not holding petrol bombs. His hands are on fire. And he smiles and seems to have a little crackle in his eye. And we're going to call it right. So it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We can call it right there and leave it on a cliffhanger for next week.
I think that's a good idea.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Guy on fire.
Makes it easier for somebody's Torg hype.
Oh, yeah. No, I will try and set you up and give you a softball for Torg Hype Tuesday every game.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, there's clearly somebody ready to burn this place down. All right, gentlemen.
All right, so we're going to call it a night. This Friday, we were originally scheduled to have a game. That will be delayed, but we will be back Sunday night for our Waterdeep game. And back here again Wednesday to see what happens next. What kind of, hot situation we have to deal with.
You
I
took
don't,
my
I don't
pawn.
do the hypes. Mike does the hypes.
Totally stole my pawn.
Well, he's got the bully pulpit. He's
That's
allowed.
true.
So,
That's true.
as we end, remember we're in this adventure called Life Together, so please keep that golden rule in mind. Treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. And with that, have a good week.